everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, and today we need to talk. Because what just happened in the crypto market is nothing short of unbelievable. If you've been watching the charts, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We've seen a whirlwind of activity, massive price swings, and some news that has sent shockwaves through the entire community. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, because we are going to break it all down. What caused this seismic shift? Who are the major players involved? And most importantly, what could this mean for your portfolio and the future of digital assets? First, let's set the stage. The market was humming along with a general sense of cautious optimism. Bitcoin was testing key resistance levels, Ethereum was gearing up for its next big upgrade, and various altcoins were showing promising signs of life. It felt like the calm before, well, not a storm, but a rocket launch. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, a cascade of events unfolded. It all started with a major institutional announcement. One of the world's largest asset managers, a name that even your grandparents would recognize, officially filed for a spot Bitcoin ETF. Now, we've heard ETF rumors for years, right? It's become a bit of a running joke in the crypto space. But this time was different. The scale of the player involved and the specifics of their filing signaled a level of seriousness we have not seen before. The market's reaction was instantaneous and explosive. Within hours, Bitcoin's price skyrocketed, blasting through resistance levels that had held it down for months. It was a classic short squeeze on a massive scale, liquidating billions in bearish positions and fueling the rally even further. The momentum was incredible, but it wasn't just Bitcoin. This tide lifted all boats. Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, you name it. Major altcoins saw significant gains as a wave of FOMO, or fear of missing out, swept across the market. Retail investors who had been sitting on the sidelines jumped back in, and trading volumes went through the roof. It was a clear signal that big money is no longer just crypto curious. They're actively building the ramps to get in. Now, let's dissect why this specific ETF filing is such a game changer. A spot ETF is different from the futures-based ETFs we've seen approved in the past. A spot Bitcoin ETF would hold actual Bitcoin. This means the fund manager would have to buy and store real Bitcoin to back the shares they sell to investors. This creates direct, immense buying pressure on the actual asset. It opens the door for a flood of new capital from traditional finance. Pension funds, retirement accounts, and everyday investors who are comfortable with stocks but wary of navigating crypto exchanges. It essentially legitimizes Bitcoin as a mainstream investable asset class in the eyes of the traditional financial world. The psychological impact alone is massive. It's a stamp of approval from the very institutions that were once the biggest skeptics. But hold on, it wasn't just the ETF news. There was another major development happening in the background that added fuel to this fire. A significant breakthrough in Layer 2 scaling technology was announced for Ethereum. A project that has been quietly working for years revealed a new method for processing transactions off-chain that is exponentially faster and cheaper than anything we've seen before. Think about the biggest hurdles for crypto adoption: high gas fees and slow transaction times. This development tackles those problems head-on. The news sent the price of that project's native token into the stratosphere, but more importantly, it renewed confidence in the entire Ethereum ecosystem's ability to scale and handle mass adoption. It's a reminder that while price action is exciting, the real fundamental value is being built by developers day in and day out. So we have this perfect storm, a massive institutional signal of intent with the ETF filing, combined with a groundbreaking technological leap. It's a classic case of fundamentals and market sentiment aligning perfectly. This wasn't just a random pump based on hype. It was a reaction to tangible, significant progress on both the adoption and technology fronts. This is the kind of event that can change the entire narrative for the market, shifting it from a speculative niche to a recognized and essential part of the future financial system. What we're witnessing is a maturity of the market, where real-world use cases and regulatory clarity are beginning to drive value in a much more sustainable way. Now, let's talk about the ripple effects. What does this mean for the average investor? First, volatility is back, in a big way. While the recent move was up, big swings can go both ways. It's a crucial reminder to have a solid strategy. Don't just chase green candles. Understand your risk tolerance, and never invest more than you're willing to lose. Second, the landscape is changing. The projects that will likely thrive in this new environment are those with strong fundamentals, clear use cases, and robust communities. The era of purely meme-driven speculation might be giving way to a more discerning market. It's more important than ever to do your own research. Don't just listen to me or any other influencer. Dig into the white papers, check out the development activity on GitHub, and join the community discussions on Discord or Telegram. Be an informed participant, not just a passenger. Another interesting aspect is the global reaction. We saw massive trading volumes coming out of Asia, particularly South Korea and Japan, indicating a renewed retail frenzy in those regions. Meanwhile, regulatory bodies in Europe, which have been making strides in creating clear frameworks like Messier, are likely watching these developments closely. This US-centric news could accelerate the global race for crypto dominance, with different countries competing to create the most attractive environment for innovation and investment. This isn't just a story about one country's market, it's a global phenomenon. And the interplay between different regulatory approaches will be fascinating to watch in the coming months. This could be the catalyst that forces governments who have been sitting on the fence to finally establish clear rules of the road for the digital asset industry. So, where do we go from here? Is this the start of the next bull run? It's the million-dollar question, isn't it? While the recent events are incredibly bullish, we need to remain level-headed. The ETF is not yet approved. There will be regulatory hurdles and discussions. The market could see pullbacks and consolidation. Healthy markets don't just go straight up, but the long-term picture has undeniably become much, much brighter. The foundation is being laid for a future where digital assets are integrated into our daily financial lives. We're moving from the if to the when and how. The key takeaway from all this is that the crypto space is constantly evolving. It's dynamic, it's innovative, and it's certainly never boring. Staying informed and adaptable is your greatest asset. This is a pivotal moment. We're not just talking about numbers on a screen, we're talking about a fundamental shift in how we perceive and interact with value. The convergence of traditional finance and decentralized technology is happening right before our eyes. It's an incredibly exciting time to be in this space. Whether you're a developer, an investor, or just a curious observer, what happened this past week is a story you'll be telling for years to come. It was a week that reminded us all why we were drawn to this revolutionary technology in the first place. The potential for a more open, transparent, and efficient financial system is becoming more tangible every single day. Thank you so much for tuning in to break down this unbelievable week with me. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What surprised you the most? What are you watching for next? Drop your comments down below. Let's continue the conversation. If you found this breakdown helpful and want to stay updated on this fast-moving market, do me a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay smart, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.